Alright, another leftovers, Matt. What is that? What is... jambalaya. Alright. Got a biggie boy container here. They left gravy in here. Little pieces of gravy and pork. Alright. And 6 pieces of asparagus. Alright, let's see what we can do.
Welcome back to another Leftovers with Matt. So I wasn't really given much to work with for this. I've got gravy, asparagus, and of course, jambalaya. I don't really know what I can do with that, but let's make some Italian wedding soup. So just like any other food I've made in a pot or pan, I'm going to start off with chopping up 1/3 of an onion, only to realize how shitty this cutting board is. That's a lot better. Now it's time to chop up the leftover asparagus. And finally, some farm to factory to tractor trailer to grocery store to table spinach. And let's not forget to awkwardly wave at my neighbor staring at me from across the street. For the jambalaya balls, I'll add an egg and breadcrumbs to it in order for it to hold together better. Over time, I added in some cornstarch until I got it to the right consistency. As for making the balls, I simply just coated them in flour. I try to make them as small as possible to resemble what you'd usually get in Italian wedding soup. Once I got done, I threw them in the air fryer until they were cooked through. Now it's time for the main event. In a pot on low heat, I'll throw in a tablespoon of butter, the chopped onions, some Cajun seasoning, basil, salt, and the leftover gravy. I'm just going to leave all that in the pot to simmer for a bit. It's good to let all the ingredients sort of coat the bottom of the pot for an even distribution of flavors. After adding beef broth and a cup of water, I brought it all to a boil and threw in the jambalaya balls. To my surprise, they actually floated to the top. I added in another cup of water, more spinach, and some more onions just to make sure there is an even ratio of liquid and solid in the soup. Next, in a small bowl, I will fail at cracking an egg. Add in Parmesan cheese, and whisk it all together. This is essentially the process of making egg drop soup, where I'll be stirring the liquid when it boils and slowly pouring the mixture in to make nice ribbons of egg. And there you have it, my first ever batch of Italian wedding soup with a unique twist. Alright, so let's dig in. I'm a huge fan of soup. And when it comes to this, I mean, this is perfect. It has a little bit of spice to it, but not too much. A little bit of tang and everything from the onions and the lemon juice. So it's just that perfect middle ground. Now it's time to try the jambalaya balls. When they came out of the air fryer, they had a bit of a hard shell consistency to them, it looked like. But hopefully they've gotten a little softer after soaking in the soup for so long. So jambalaya balls don't really have too much flavor, and that's because of the amount of flour that I've been adding to them and stuff to get it, to that sticky consistency, so that way I can make them into the balls. It definitely has a bread-like texture to it, a little spongy because of them being soaked, but it does add a little flavor to the soup. It's not bad. It actually works pretty well. This was yet another one of my favorites on Leftovers with Matt, and next time I make it, I'll be sure to use actual meatballs for it. But in the end, it turned what was once old food into new food.